Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Henry.
And I'm Sarah, your co-host. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Yes, thank you for joining us. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. This show is all about learning English in a fun, natural, and practical way.
And if you've been listening for a while, welcome back. We love having you here each week.
Today's episode is a really important one. We're talking about how to study smarter, not harder.
That's right. Now, that phrase, study smarter, not harder, what does it mean?
Good question. It means that you don't always need to study more hours to get better results. Instead, you can change how you study to learn faster and remember more.
Exactly. Some people think, if I study for 10 hours, I will become fluent. But the truth is, if you study in the wrong way, those 10 hours might not help much.
So true. And I know a lot of our listeners are learning English while also working, studying, or taking care of family. Life is busy.
Yes, and that's why this topic is so useful. We want to help you save time, feel less stressed, and get better results in your English learning.
In this episode, we'll talk about common mistakes people make when studying.
And then we'll share tips and tools to help you learn more effectively in a way that's fun and doesn't take all day.
Also, remember, this podcast is a chance to practice listening to English. So if you don't understand every single word, that's okay. Just keep listening and learning.
Yes, we speak slowly and clearly to help you improve your listening skills too.
So, grab your coffee or tea, find a comfy seat, and all right, Sarah. Before we jump into the serious tips, let's have a little warm-up. I have a question for you.
Uh-oh. Okay, I'm ready. What's the question?
What kind of student were you in school? Be honest.
Good question. I think I was the kind of student who tried to be organized, but usually ended up doing everything at the last minute.
Oh, the last-minute legend. I know that type very well. Did it work for you?
Sometimes, but I often felt stressed. I would stay up late before exams and try to memorize everything. It wasn't the best method.
I can relate. I used to study for hours and hours without breaks because I thought more time equals better results. But honestly, I didn't remember much afterward.
Exactly. It's so common. We think working harder means we're doing better, but that's not always true.
Right. I wish someone had told me back then how to study smarter. It would have saved me a lot of headaches and probably some bad grades.
Same here. And now, as adults, we realize that we need better strategies. Especially when learning something like English. It's not about studying 8 hours a day. It's about using your time wisely.
Absolutely. So listeners, think about your own experience. Have you ever studied really hard, but still didn't get good results? Or maybe you tried to learn new English words, but forgot them the next day.
If that sounds like you, don't worry. You're not alone. In today's episode, we'll talk about how to avoid those mistakes and learn more effectively.
But first, let's talk about some common study habits that don't really work, even if they feel productive.
Yes. Let's go there next. This is the part where we learn from our mistakes.
Okay, Sarah. Let's talk about what doesn't work. Because before we learn new habits, we need to understand what to avoid, right?
Exactly. Let's start with one of the biggest study mistakes I see, cramming.
Ah, yes. Trying to study everything the night before a test. I used to do that a lot.
Me too. And the problem is, when you cram, you don't really learn. You're just memorizing for a short time.
Right. You might remember it for a few hours, but then, poof, it's gone the next day.
That's because your brain doesn't have time to organize the information or move it into long-term memory.
Exactly. Learning takes time and repetition, not panic.
That's a good quote. Not panic. Okay, here's another mistake. Studying for too long without taking breaks.
So true. That's why we'll talk later about using things like the Pomodoro technique, short study times with regular breaks.
Yeah, but our brains need rest. If you don't take breaks, your focus goes down and your brain just stops absorbing new things.
Oh yeah, or listening to music with lyrics in it while reading or writing. That can be distracting.
Here's another one. Multitasking. People try to study while watching TV or checking their phone.
Right. It's better to study with full focus, even if it's just for 25 minutes, than to study for 2 hours while being distracted.
Very distracting. Your brain is trying to do too many things at once, so in the end, you don't really learn well.
Yes, you feel like you're working hard, but really, your brain isn't active. It's just passive reading.
Exactly. Here's a classic one. Rereading notes or textbooks over and over, but not really doing anything with the information.
So true. That's what we'll talk about next. How to make your learning active.
Learning works better when your brain is doing something, like answering questions, teaching someone, or using the new knowledge.
If you're doing any of these, don't feel bad. Most of us have done them. Even us.
So to review, here are a few common study mistakes. Cramming the night before, studying too long without breaks, multitasking or getting distracted, passive learning, just rereading. Thinking more hours means better learning.
All right. Coming up next, let's talk about what actually works. We'll share smart strategies to help you learn faster and more effectively.
Yes, we're learning together. And the good news is, you can change these habits starting today.
Yes, a lot of people say, I want to learn English, but that's very general. It's not clear what that actually means.
Let's do it. All right, tip number 1. Set clear goals. This is where everything begins.
These are called SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Exactly. Instead, you can say, I want to learn 10 new words about food this week, or I want to practice speaking for 10 minutes every day.
That's clear, focused, and easy to measure. You'll know if you completed it or not.
Let's break that down with an example. A SMART goal. I will learn 15 new travel vocabulary words in 7 days using flashcards.
So if you're listening, ask yourself, what is one small English goal you can set for this week?
And setting small goals gives you motivation. When you finish them, you feel good.
Tip number 2, use active learning. This is one of my favorites.
Write it down. That's the first step to studying smarter.
Right. But when you make your brain work with the language, you remember it better.
Mine too. Many students just read or listen, but they don't do anything with the information.
Let's say you learn the word delicious. Don't just read it. Try to use it. What food is delicious to you? My mom's soup is delicious.
Here are some active learning ideas. Use flashcards, quiz yourself, teach the word to someone else, write your own example, sentences.
Another great tip: create questions. Like, instead of just reading past tense equals walked, ask, what did I do yesterday? I walked to the store. Boom! Now your brain is active.
Yes, make the word yours. Put it into your own world. That's how it sticks.
Yes, it means reviewing things over time, not all at once.
Exactly. Be creative. Turn learning into a little game. Tip number 3, spaced repetition. This one is a game changer.
This tells your brain, hey, this is important. Please remember it.
So, instead of studying new words today and then forgetting them, you review them again tomorrow, then 2 days later, then a week later.
Let's say you learn the word airport. You see it again the next day, then 2 days later, then 1 week later. Each time, your memory gets stronger.
There are great apps for this, like Anki or Quizlet. They help you space your review automatically.
Exactly. So don't try to learn 100 words in one day. Learn 10 and review them smartly. Okay? Tip number 4, take breaks and rest.
It's like going to the gym, but for your brain.
Our brains can't stay focused for hours. That's why we love something called the Pomodoro technique.
Ah, yes, the part of studying that people forget. Rest is part of the process.
During your break, stretch, get water, move around. But don't look at your phone or social media. That's not real rest.
Yes, you study for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, take a longer break, maybe 15 or 20 minutes.
You actually learn while you sleep. Your brain organizes the information from the day.
Right. Give your brain a chance to relax. And don't forget, sleep is also super important.
Yes, where you study really matters. Try to find a quiet place with no distractions.
So, studying all night is not smart. Sleeping well is smarter. And our final tip for today, create a good study environment.
Put your phone on airplane mode, or even in another room. Set a timer, and just focus.
If your phone is next to you and notifications keep popping up, your focus disappears.
Whatever works for you, make it part of your study routine. Also, keep your space clean. A clean desk helps a clean mind.
Some people like quiet. Others like soft background music, may like instrumental or nature sounds.
The goal is simple. Make it easy to focus. Don't fight your environment. Shape it to help you.
Yes, and little things help too. A good chair, a nice light, maybe a water bottle nearby.
Wow, that was a lot of good stuff. Let's take a short recap break.
When studying becomes a habit, it becomes less stressful and more enjoyable.
And up next, we'll share some of our favorite tools and resources to help you learn smarter.
Good idea. So far, we've talked about setting clear goals, using active learning, spaced repetition, taking breaks and resting, creating a good study space.
All right, now that we've talked about smart study strategies, let's share some of our favorite tools and resources for learning English effectively.
Let's keep going.
Let's start with apps. One of the best for vocabulary is Anki. It uses spaced repetition to help you review words at the right time, just like we talked about earlier.
Yes, these are things we recommend to our students, apps, websites, and ideas that really work.
Another great app for speaking and listening practice is Elsa Speak. It gives you instant feedback on your pronunciation. Super helpful if you're shy to speak English.
And if Anki feels a bit too technical, you can try Quizlet. It's more visual, and you can find thousands of flashcard sets made for English learners.
Yes, but just remember, Duolingo is good for extra practice. You'll still want to use other tools for deeper learning.
Oh, and don't forget Duolingo. It's fun and gamified, which is great if you like a playful way to study.
Absolutely. And if you love reading, check out Graded Readers. Those are books written at different English levels. Try websites like Oxford Bookworms or Penguin Readers.
For listening practice, of course, we recommend this podcast, but also try BBC Learning English, VOA Learning English, or even watch YouTube channels with subtitles in English.
One last idea, language exchange. Use apps like HelloTalk or Tandem to chat with English speakers who want to learn your language too.
And for writing, keep a simple English journal. Just write 2 to 3 sentences a day. It's a great habit, and it helps you notice what grammar or vocabulary you're missing.
So don't worry about using every tool. Just pick 1 or 2 and try them this week.
That's one of the best ways to practice naturally, in real conversations.
All right, next we have a little surprise. An interactive segment where you can practice English with us.
Yes, choose what fits your style. Are you a visual learner? Do you like writing or listening more? There's something for everyone.
Yes, this is our interactive segment, where you speak with us. Don't be shy. Speak out loud, even if you're alone.
Let's do it all right. Now it's your turn, dear listener. Time to practice with us.
Let's start with some simple study goals. Repeat after me. I want to learn English every day. Now you say it.
We'll say a sentence, and then you repeat it. Ready?
Awesome. Now, let's practice some question-answer. I'll ask a question. You answer out loud. What do you want to learn this week? Go ahead. Say it out loud. Anything. Vocabulary, grammar, speaking.
Great. Now try this one. I will study for 25 minutes, then take a short break. Your turn.
Nice job! Now let's practice some new vocabulary. Repeat after us. Spaced repetition. Again, spaced repetition.
Good. Here's another one. Where do you usually study English? Is it at home? In a cafe? Say it now.
Here's another key word. Break. Repeat. I take breaks when I study. One more time. I take breaks when I study.
It means learning something again and again over time. Let's say a full sentence. Spaced repetition helps me remember new words. Your turn.
Nice work! Now one last speaking challenge. I'll ask, and you complete the sentence. When I study smarter, I feel fatrice, see. Say it. You can say, I feel happy, or I feel more confident.
And here's a quick question. Do you take breaks? Yes or no? Say your answer now.
Absolutely. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. Just keep showing up and using your voice.
That's fantastic. Practicing like this, even just 5 minutes a day, really builds confidence.
Coming up next, we'll wrap up with final thoughts and encouragement.
You're doing great. Give yourself a little clap.
All right, before we wrap up today's episode, let's take a few listener questions and comments from our community.
Let's finish strong.
That's a great question, and it's very common. First, ask yourself, what kind of studying are you doing? Is it active, or are you just reading or watching?
Yes, these are real questions we often hear from English learners. Maybe you've asked these too. Question 1. I study English every day, but I feel like I'm not improving. What should I do?
And make sure to review what you've learned. Don't just keep learning new things without review. Question 2. How can I stay motivated to study consistently?
Yes, if you're only consuming but not producing, like speaking, writing, or practicing, it's hard to improve. Try recording yourself speaking or writing a daily journal.
Yes, even 10 minutes a day is great. And use materials you actually enjoy, podcasts, YouTube, music, or games in English.
Ooh, motivation, our favorite topic. One big tip, make your goals small and fun. Don't try to be perfect, just be consistent.
Oh, thank you so much. That really means a lot to us.
And track your progress. Use a calendar and check off every day you study. That feels really satisfying. Comment from a listener. Thank you for making English easier to understand. Your voices help me feel calm and confident.
If you have a question, feel free to send it to us in the comments or email. We might read it on the next episode.
We're so happy to hear that. Learning a new language takes courage, and you're doing amazing.
All right, time for some final thoughts. Let's close out the episode. Wow, what a great episode today. Let's quickly recap what we talked about.
Yes, we love hearing from you. You're part of this learning community.
Then we shared 5 smart study tips. Set clear goals. Use active learning, practice, spaced repetition. take regular breaks, and sleep well. Create a focused study space.
Yes. First, we looked at some common mistakes, like cramming, multitasking, and passive studying.
And don't forget, we practiced together during our interactive segment. That was fun.
We also gave you some tools, like Anki, Quizlet, Elsa Speak, and language exchange apps.
So remember, studying smarter isn't about working more hours. It's about working with better techniques and mindsets.
Yes, and we answered a few listener questions too. Thank you for being part of this learning journey.
You've already taken the first step by listening today. Be proud of yourself.
Even small changes, like setting one goal a week or reviewing a little each day, can make a big difference.
Thanks so much for listening to the English Learning Podcast.
And keep going. You're not alone. We're right here with you.
Thanks again for joining us on the English Learning Podcast.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay curious, stay confident, and keep learning smarter, not harder.
And don't forget to share this podcast with a friend who's learning English too.
If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow, subscribe, and leave us a comment or review.
Until next time, keep learning, stay consistent, and study smarter, not harder.
You can also find extra practice and tips on our YouTube channel and social media. Just search for English Learning Podcast.